All right, guys. So, like I mentioned, I'm going to help you guys get some clarity as it relates to the signals taking trades. If you just got started, just getting you to a place where, yes, you're going through the information, you're learning and so forth, right? But you want to understand like exactly like how to take a trade. All right. So we post, of course, trades within the signal chat. All right. So you will see numbers, you will see different terms. I'm going to go through the terms, right? And then we're going to get into the MetaTrader aspect where you actually apply this information, right? So that it actually makes sense, all right? If you guys, you ready, right? I want you to grab a notepad, grab a pen, get something to take notes with, and put done in the chat once you've got it, right? Because I want you to really be paying attention to the information I'm about to share with you here, right? So once you got a notepad, a pen, smartphone, tablet, whatever, all right? Put done in the chat. Let me know, all right, so that I know, okay, good, we are good to go, all right? We got about 41, 44 persons on the call. Awesome, right? I'm looking for some more dents, I'm looking for some more dents, yeah? Let me know. Let me know. What's up? All right. Uh, Amina. Mandy, Rachel, Vicky. Okay, good, good, good. All right, perfect. Sean, good. All right. So let's go into it. So I'm gonna start from the last signal that was posted. All right. So I hope you guys, took a look at it. All right. So we're gonna go, you should be able to see it here on my screen. All right. You see alert. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. All right. We are going to type it up here on the screen. All right. So euro to the US dollar. All right. It was a buy limit. All right. It was a buy limit. All right. On the the entry was right here. So actually, so let me just explain it to you so that when a chart is posted, you know exactly what you're looking at. Okay. So it was a buy limit. The entry was literally at this point 1.04. Okay. The entry was 1.04612, I believe. All right. Or 610, I believe it was. All right. The stop loss was 1.04292. All right. And then the first take profit was 1.05. All right. Let's just say 000. All right. So, so I trust everybody can see this. Well, all right. So basically, when the chart was posted, guys, all right, this is where the market was at. Okay. This is where the market was at. Anytime you see a trade that says buy limit, what are you looking for? What you are looking for exactly is for price to buy. That's number one, all right? But you're only looking for it to buy when it reaches this particular price, right? When it reaches this limit. So the expectation of a buy limit is price is going to come down to your limit, to your price, right? And then buy. Okay. That's the expectation of a buy limit. Okay. That's the expectation of a buy limit for price to come back to price to come down to price. So it simply means that price is higher than where we actually want to buy, like this scenario, we are waiting for it to come back down to then actually get in that trade. So when you input a buy limit, you're not in an active trade as yet. Okay? You're not in an active trade as yet. Now, what this also means is that you run the risk, right, of maybe the trade might not even activate, right? The trade may not come back and touch this entry. Okay. The trade may not come back and touch the entry, but it might just, it might come back a bit or it may just continue to go up, right? That's the risk of a buy limit. So in this scenario, right? So we're going to just play it real quick. Okay. We're going to just play it real quick. And I want you to just look at price, look at the market as it moves. All right, cool. So we see that, for example, here, price did not reach this particular price. Price came down to 1.04634. Okay, we see the prices here to the right. Okay, price came down to 1.046, sorry, 643. Okay, so in essence, it would have missed our entry by about 3 pips. Okay, it would have missed our entry by about 3 pips. Now, another notification came out. All right, another notification came out, and it said, right, to buy. So your USD, it said buy market. All right, so let me help you with the terms, right? When you go to your MetaTrader, you're going to see market execution. You'll see buy by market. You're going to see instant execution, right? All mean the same thing. Anytime you see instant execution, market execution, buy by market, it means buy and enter the trade now. Fabian posted this is Fabian, right? So let me officially introduce Fabian to the entire community here real quick, right? Fabian is going to be one of our added educators, in this community. Fabian is going to be holding down some of the beginner and intermediate calls. Fabian has been trading now for the last, what, 5 years?
Yes, sir.
About 5 years, all right? About 5 years, so you're gonna see a lot more of Fabian as well, really assisting in this capacity as well as an educator on the profit arena. All right. So Fabian posted a voice message, breaking this down. And I hope you guys got clarity. So real quick before we go on, drop some fives in the chat for Fabian real quick, man. Fives in the chat real quick for Fabian.
Yeah, it's so great to connect, with everyone, and I'm looking forward to, serving like Kai and Kurt. They do phenomenal jobs, but of course, their shoulders are going to get heavy if they continue to bear the brunt of the work. And I'm really happy to come in and support them, and add some value. Some people were asking a lot of questions to me, Kai, in relation to this particular setup today. I don't know why this setup caused more curiosity than some of the other ones that are usually posted, but I got a lot of feedback and chatter on this particular one. But one of the things that really helped me to understand, you always say, Kai, we want to buy low. So I began to think of it, in real life terms. If we want a pair of jeans, that pair of jeans costs $100. But somehow we heard that there was going to be a flash sale. And that sale was going to be for $25. Right? So we want to wait until the price got to $25 because we know normally it was higher. It was at $100, but we're going to wait until the price gets to $25 because we want to get the best value for our money. We want to buy when the prices are its lowest. However, I would be crazy if the price got to $27, $26. And I decided, you know what? Just in case, it may dip a bit lower, let me just continue to wait. Why would I make $1 or $2 make me miss out on a jeans that would have costed $100? So everything that you're going to explain here now, I really began to understand it when I transferred it to real life terms, because trading literally is real life. It's just real life scenarios. You got a discount. It was $100. It's supposed to be 25. My goodness, if it's 27, you better go ahead and buy, right? You better go ahead and buy. All right, don't wait until that perfect price. Although that happens sometimes, and you're gonna go right ahead, I'm sure, with the rest of the explanation to help people understand. But if they keep that in mind, I'm sure where you're gonna go ahead right now and explain would definitely help.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, guys. And that was literally what would have taken place. Like I saw price, was coming back down, but came to this area and they said, you know what, listen, it doesn't look like price is gonna actually top our area. So The next notification was, all right, buy market. Okay, the next notification was buy market, meaning get into the trade, all right? Get into the trade. Now, what's important is that I can give you numbers as it relates to, market execution, but remember the market is always moving. Okay, the market don't say, you know what, let me wait for Kai, to finish type this up, so that he can send it in the chat so that everybody can get it. And then let me wait for them to get the notification. I open their app and then input the trade. No, the market moving. All right. The market is actively moving. Okay. So we see, for example, how price came back down. Right. This is on a 1 minute time frame. So this is literally every minute. Okay. Price came back down, didn't reach the exact area we said to buy. Right. I told you guys to buy in this range, right? Between the actual entry price we were looking at and like 1.065, which would have been literally in this area. Now, again, like Fabian said, price came up, here, a few pips, right? Because at this point, it's only, off of the entry that we were looking at. Like, even if you got in here, right? I would say like maybe there are max here. That's like 8 pips away. Like you got the opportunity to actually execute the trade. You got the opportunity to actually get into that trade. Okay. So yes, it is time based, right? Especially when you're market executing trades, the market is always moving, right? But don't let a few pips make you look like a fool. You know what I mean? Right? Like we waiting for like the perfect entry and so forth. But sometimes you'd be like, bro, listen, just market execute, get into the trade, right? So everybody understand, everybody clear, right? So let me just put these terms here and make it very clear. If you see buy, right? If you see buy now, right? If you see instant execute, if you see market execute, buy, if you see buy market, if you see buy market, right? Like all mean the exact same thing. It means buy, get in the market now, right? Buy, execute the trade, enter, all right? That's what it means, okay? These are instant executions, meaning, like I said, to enter the market immediately, okay? Now, like I said, we're going to give you a price range, yeah? But remember, you could go to your chart before you actually execute any trade, and you can click the chart to see where price is at, right? We're gonna go there in a few, right?
Kai,
Go
another
ahead, Fabian.
example just came to mind that I think is
Uh-huh.
going to be even more practical. So people normally go to work for a particular time. You're supposed to get to work for 9. If you get to work at 9:04, do you not go to work?
Hmm.
All right. You're supposed to
But
get to the doctor's appointment for 10. All right. You end up getting there at 10:05. Do you say, well, not the doctor today? I'm going to miss out on the doctor. You're supposed to catch that plane, get to the airport 2 hours ahead. You get to the airport 10 minutes late. Do you not get on the plane? All right. So
to the gate 10
training is
minutes late.
real life. If you're
If
close, if you're in the pocket, if you're right there, it still counts.
if you get to the gate for the plane 10 minutes late, you sure again on that plane, though.
No, if you get to the gate, sometimes it can be too late. Just like you can be too late in the market. Sometimes you
All
can
right.
be too late for sure. But sometimes you're within that window, you're within that pocket of time where it still counts. All right. And that's what we're talking about. And we'll talk about things when you're too late to and you should just forget about it. All right.
Correct.
But this
Correct.
is not
Correct.
one of those times.
Yeah. So you see, at this point, all right, at this point here, I mean, unless you have, I mean, here's the thing, all right? Once you understand how to manage your risk, and price is here at this point, that increases your risk from like 30 pips to 40 pips. Even if you took it at this point and just adjusted, like you calculated your risk and so forth and just adjusted your lot size, like even that is fine. You know what I mean? Even that is fine, but just make sure that you alter, your lot size and your risk management and so forth based on the stop loss. Okay, based on the stop loss. So that was this particular trade, right? So of course, on the other end of things, if you see sell, right? If you see sell no, all right? If you see instant execution, sell by market execute, sell by market, it all means to sell and get into the market ASAP. Okay? That's what all of those mean, right? If you see now, guys, let me just mention this now that we are here, as it relates to limits. So if you see here now, by limit, you see sell limit, right? You see a buy stop, you see a sell stop. These are what you call pending orders, right? Meaning that these trades are more futuristic. Okay, like you're not going to be entered into the market immediately. Okay, these put you in at a later date, right? And I did a video, a lot of video recording and stuff on this. Let me expose you guys to it here real quick. Or you can actually go and find it on my YouTube, right? So you could go to my YouTube, right? And go to videos. Uh, and let me see if I actually posted that. If I didn't, no, I didn't posted it. I didn't post it. Those are on the unlisted videos. But if you go into the live education group, okay, live education group, I got a lot of information there, or a lot of recordings that I would have posted there, right? So we went through right here in this session here. Actually, I'm gonna send this link in the chat. No, right? So you guys have it. So in this session right here, we went through pips. We went through is this one? Uh, pips, lots, calculating risk, daily bias, types of pullbacks. Okay, not that particular one. Basic order types right here. All right. Basic order types. Both of these. All right. So I'm gonna send you these links right now. Okay, so this one, basic are the types, explain market structure, etc. So all this, right, is literally here. Okay, so I'm gonna send this in the chat right now. When you guys to see this, we're gonna talk a bit more about it tonight. Okay, so it's gonna help you understand the basic order types. All right, that's one. All right, just posted it in the chat. So save the link. All right, let me know if you guys seeing our link. All right, on both of them. You guys can see the link in the chat.
Yes, in the Zoom chat.
Okay, cool, perfect, great. All right, so I'm gonna post both of them, keep them. Yeah, I think I did a session, and I think Kurt did the other session. Yeah. All right. So then let me go through it in depth on those sessions. All right. I want to get more to the MetaTrader setup though. So it's to help you guys, just make everything very, very practical. All right. Fabian, what's the trade that was before this, before we actually move on, so that I want to help persons that just be able to chart it up so they can see
For
it.
sure.
If you got the ability, you
Go
could
ahead and make my other device co-host because I have the MT5 pulled up on that other device.
okay, cool. Where is
The
got
audio
it.
isn't selected, so you'll see it at the bottom.
Got it. So guys, you see this trade actually, right? From which went ahead, executed the trade. You would have seen that price went on. This was the first take profit at 1.05000, right? You see that price went on, right? If you look at it here, let's speed it up a little bit. All right, see how price went on, boom, and hit the first take profit. Okay. So you see like market is gonna fluctuate, don't panic. Boom. That'll be your first take profit right here on that trade. Okay. So that's literally how it played out. And this is where we are at right now. right?
Right. You
All
want me
right.
to go ahead and start sharing my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go ahead and do that. Share screen.
Yeah, I wanna make this make sense today. By the time you guys finish, should I have questions about how to place a trade and so forth? Yeah. All right, cool. I'm MetaTrader. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
Drag me off the screen and drag you off the screen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, correct. All right, cool. All right, so let's look at somebody look at a previous trade. Uh, all right, so example. So we're gonna run the same example, right? Just on the actual MetaTrader, right? So guys, first thing, let's say a trade that comes out and it says buy market SQ, all right? There's a demo account for me that we could like do stuff.
Definitely. You could do whatever you want.
Okay, perfect.
I
Right,
know. I already know.
right, perfect. So trade comes out, it says Euro USD buy, right? My recommendation, because it is an instant execution, you want to get into the trade as quickly as possible, right? So two things you want to take note of. Number one, take note of what the stop loss is in pip count. Okay, take note of the stop loss in pips. Why? Because because that's going to help you determine what your lot size is going to be. Okay, one of the first things that I highly recommend anyone know before they start to trade is understanding your risks. I know we all want to get to the money fast, right? I know we all want to get into the market and so forth, right? But you've got to know how much money you are risking at any given point. Your risk should always be predictable, right? So what that simply means is that you will never lose and it be like surprise, right? You just lost, this amount of money. No, you should know beforehand or have a very close idea of how much money you are risking in the market. I want to ask you a question, Fabian. Over the years, like how important risk management has been for you, bro?
Oh my goodness. I want you guys to learn from all the lessons that we didn't. You know, uh, risk management has been so critical. We ended up throwing money to the markets, just losing a lot of accounts. I've heard you say on multiple occasions because you've blown 8 accounts. I'm probably in that pocket or above. You know, just not using proper risk. And from the time I began to employ proper risk, it was a complete game changer. Like I know no matter what, I can only lose this predetermined amount, even if the trade loses, that we have already set out to potentially lose.
Hmm.
And I felt so much more comfortable in a trade.
Correct.
I wasn't panicking. If it loses, sure, I have $1,000 on the account. I know I'm only going to lose, $70 or whatever the risk is that I'm taking. I'm comfortable with that, because most of my money is still going to be protected. It's still going to be there. It is the fundamental of trading. Absolutely. So I'm really glad you asked that question.
Perfect, correct? Because I want everybody to really understand that, right? Because I know it's really easy to say, okay, well, yeah, we see everybody making this money, persons, earning and so forth. So you want to get to the money fast. So we tend to like skip over the process of actually understanding, okay, how do I determine what my lot size is, right? And once again, this is where I want to point your attention to, right? So I'm gonna grab back the screen real quick, and then we're gonna come back here, Fabian.
Yeah, go
Right?
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. Um, let us go here. What can you? Okay, perfect. All right. All right. So for everybody, yeah, uh, go to the trading academy, okay? Go to the Run the Play University, okay? And when you go here, you're gonna see the Forex basic playbook. All right, listen, you need to understand risk. Like, it is fundamentally important. It's like crucial. Okay. So when you go here, right, you see risk management basics. Okay, but we've gone too far. All right. You want to go to risk management basics, right? And we give you here literally a step by step on how to actually calculate your risk. Like I want you to do it over and over till you get to the point where you could do it subconsciously. Like you don't need to add up that one and one is two. You don't need to add up two and two is four. Why? Because you've done it so many times. The same thing with your risk. Okay. So right here, right, we go through risk management basics. You know, what is the stop loss? What does it take profit? We go through literally how to calculate it, and then we give you a step-by-step calculation of how to do it. Okay. So I need everybody, all right, to understand because this is how it becomes applicable. This is how it becomes, a needed know, right? When you see a signal and you're like, okay, I want to get into the trade, but what lot size do I use? Okay. The stop loss and your balance will determine your lot size. Okay. The stop loss and your balance determine your lot size. All right. So is everybody clear? Does everybody got that? Everybody understand? Right? Does everyone see where they need to go to get this information as well? All right. Let me know in the chat.
Critical. Critical.
Yep. Perfect, perfect, right? Because we laid it out, right? Laid it out here for you, right? And here's the thing, like when you've gone through the information, like we are a community. Feel free to come and ask a question in chat. I love how Jackie utilizes the chat. Ask a question. You know what I mean? Because somebody's gonna give you an answer. Yeah, so ask a question for sure. So if you don't know, it's like, all right, guys, signal just came out. I got $500 on my account. How do I actually calculate my lot size? And we will tell you. I mean, by that point, might be a little late to get in the trade, but we're gonna tell you, all right? So, but let your first option be to go here, to practice it, to do it, to get familiar with it. Okay. So yeah, Femi, you could actually pull back at the
Yeah,
MT5.
sure, no problem.
I just want to make sure everybody's clear. I understand like all the information, all the questions that you may have to. It's there, all right? Like we thought about everything we've been doing this now for the last 8 years. So I know the questions that come up, I know the challenges that people face, and I want to help you to get past and get over, any roadblocks and so forth that may arise, without any issues. All right. So back to MetaTrader, right? So you saw the trade come out, Euro USD. You're gonna go to the quote section, right? You're going to click on Euro USD. Now you got two ways that you could do this, right? You could go to chart, all right, and at the top of your screen, you see that minus sign and the circle next to it. That looks like a clock, all right? The top right hand corner. If you click on the minus sign, if you want me to tap on that real quick, right? Good. It brings up an option where you see it got has buy right here and sell to the left. These are instant executions. So you can literally look at the chart, look at where price is at, and in the middle, it shows you what lot size you are inputting. Okay. So this is going to help you be able to enter trades quickly. Okay. Afterwards, you can go and input your stop loss and so forth. So the main thing on any execution, instant execution trades is to get into the trade. All right. Get into the trade. We will set all the other parameters afterwards, but make sure you have the correct lot size. So let's just, for example, you got, like $500 in your account. The trade was what? It was a 30 pip stop loss, right? Um, you are risking 3% of your account. 3% of $500 is $15. All right. 3% of $500 is $15. Okay. 3%? I'm tripping.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I thought, bro, I was shocked that my math was mathing
Yeah.
that good.
The mathing.
I was like, brother, you like, boom, that one just came in one, right?
Automatic.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, 3% of $500, right? $15. So your risk is predictable. Remember this, your risk is predictable. You know, okay, it's $15 I could potentially lose. Okay, cool. The stop loss is 30 pips. What lot size do I need to use to only lose $15? Immediately, you know, five threes are 15, right? You know, five threes are 15. It's a 30 pip stop loss. So that means if I use a 0.05 lot size on a 30 pip stop loss, I will only lose $15. Did that make sense for anybody? I mean, like I said, the calculation and so forth is there. You can go ahead and do it, right? But let me know if that made sense for anybody, right? So what you would do, correct? What you would do is tap on that 0.01. You could either press the plus signs, all right? Or you could actually type it in, all right? So you see Fabian, going to plus signs, all right? I want you to go all the way back down to 0.05. You actually should be able to type it in or pressing minus signs now. Yeah, all right? You go 0.05, boom, and then execute, all right? So then press buy in this scenario. In, you on that account.
Yeah. But it going through.
All right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we see pull across your screen a little bit. Uh, okay, all right, good. All right. So, right. So you see where it had the execution gaze, right? So you see it has by 0.05, right? That is where he actually executed the trade. That's where he got in. No, for this, what you could do, you got two options. You can tap on that line, tap on the buy line, right? Tap on that buy dotted line. Now you see at the bottom it has SL and TP. Tap on SL and drag that down. You could drag down that line to the actual number now of the stop loss, right? Like this is the great thing about MetaTrader 5, right? So you could drag that line down, right? Just put it anywhere for now, and it will also tell you, right? If you look at the red line, it will also tell you how much money you could potentially lose. Can you guys see that? Right? Look here, it tells you exactly how much money you can lose once price reaches that point. So that says $2.50. I believe that's what it says. Right?
Yep.
It literally tells you. So then you just press. So then if you want to go ahead and place it, you could just press the right arrow, or you could um press that back again, Fabian, the dotted line. So put back in the stop loss. So drag it down. Right? Press, I should do the TP one time. So press TP now, right? And then drag your TP above. Okay. So literally you can use that to input your numbers, right? Just look at the numbers in the chat and drag it up and down where you want. And then just press that right arrow here to confirm it. All right. Click modify, boom. And you trade in. Boom, bang. Simple. All right. Anybody like learn something here? First time? All right.
Persons
Anybody
who
first
traded
time you just
before,
learned? Uh,
I was just going to say, okay, for persons who traded before and knows what it's like to have to input numbers when we transition to MT5, This was a revelation for me, knowing that it was so simple to just tap on the screen, drag a line, and boom, bang. That's
Bro.
it. Really, really simple. It looks like a lot because we're taking our time and really going through step by step by step as we should. But this is really done in seconds.
Yep. 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 So I'm gonna show you the other way, the older way. Right? Still relevant, yeah. But I'm gonna show you the other way as well. So the other way, right, is where you go back to quotes, you click on Euro USD, you click trade, right? Or if you're on Android, it might say new order, all right? And what you do is same thing. So it's a market execution. All right. Remember we spoke about these terms, all right? Market execution, and then at the bottom you see buy by market or sell by market, right? So right now, what you need to know is what is your lot size. We're gonna deal with everything else afterwards. Like you don't gotta input your stop loss, no, you don't gotta input your take profit. No, we're gonna deal with that after. The main point of any execution is to get in the trade, right? Get in the trade.
At the right
Now,
lot size.
I didn't hear that one.
At the right lot size.
At the right lot size, correct. Right? Get in the trade at the right lot size. Because I know sometimes, well, it was Jackie got in the trade, but at the wrong lot size. And she was like, oh my.
It happens. It happens.
Right? So you want to double check, triple check, make sure that you got the right lot before you execute that trade. Sometimes we can say, man, my app always has 0.01. All right. So I just click buy or sell. But guys, I'm telling you, I've had experience where I always had, my lot at 0.88 for whatever reason. I don't know, bro. At that time, that was my first year of trading. I realized that I was winning every trade that I had a 0.88 lot on. And I was like, this is my lot size. I don't care what it is. 0.88. Right? 0.88 was my lot, right? And then one day it was a 8.0 lot size. For whatever reason, I have no idea,
Oh my
right?
goodness.
I mean, that
Whoa.
trade didn't execute, thank the Lord. But for whatever reason, it was an 8.0 lot size, right? Now, for like Jackie put in, I think she wanted to execute a 0.01 lot and executed a zero point 0.5 lot size in error and lost, $243 on her account. Right? No, you don't want to make those kind of mistakes. You know what I mean? Right? You wanna remember it's trading, it's investment, you want to make sure that we double check, triple check, before we actually execute. Yes, we want to do it with speed, but we also want to do it with care. Okay? We want to do it with care at the same time. Okay?
Love that. Love that, Clay.
So yeah, bro.
You should put that on a t-shirt. Do it with
I
speed, but do it with care.
yeah, we got well this called recorded, so we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna go back over. All right. The time that mine was incorrectly, it went in at 0.8, so that 8 must be a all right. So this scenario, guys, boom, we made sure the lot size is correct, 0.05, and then we hit buy market. All right, we get in trade. All right, once the trade is in, what we do know, right, is we're gonna click on the trade and click modify. All right, not that one, the other one.
Yeah, the other one.
All right, so you see no numbers are in. So then here you can actually go in and just type in the numbers. So it's like you're already in the trade. So now you can relax, you can breathe, take your time and do it. All right, input your stop loss. You could put in that stop loss 1.04 something 42, right? 0442 or something like that.
1.04. Let's call it whatever it was. Just, you
Yeah,
already know.
1.042 292.
292.
All
Boom.
right.
And
And then the take profit was you can put 1.05681. And then we just click modify. Boom. And we in there. All right. We in that trade. So when you go to the chart now, you click on it and you click chart, boom, you see the actual positions. All right. We see the actual positions where we enter, etc., etc. Okay. So literally, guys, that is this is gold.
oh, right.
Yeah.
Euro USD chart.
All
There we
right.
go.
So we see the buy position. Let me zoom out or go on a higher time frame, right? You can see the other positions, right? So what you could do is to correct to the top of your screen, top left, you see M15, M5, M1, right? Like don't take your chart to the M1, especially if you're a beginner, it's not necessary. You're gonna see too much movements in the market. You're gonna get some heart palpitations, some
Mhm.
anxiety and so forth. You don't need that. All right. You don't need to see every movement in the market. You could be on a 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1 hour time frame on your chart. And then you could just zoom in at different points. All right. So like here, this is a 30-minute time frame. If you want to see closer, just zoom in. All right. And you will see, literally where you enter the market and so forth. Right. Guys, making sense? All right. Hoping everybody's getting some clarity here. All right. Hoping everybody's getting some clarity. Okay, good stuff. All right. Only Jackie, let me know. Anybody else? Anybody else getting clear? All
Let
right,
me
we're
just
gonna
say
do
something
a
here too,
limit.
Kai.
Yeah, you go
Like,
ahead.
this is the reason why we really impress upon persons to start with a demo account. Yes, we want you to trade live. We want you to fund your account, and that will happen, very, very soon. Once you have practiced, a few times on the demo account, you can make a lot of mistakes here. You can click the wrong button. You can play around on the code screen. If you input the stop loss incorrectly, that's completely fine. The reason for the demo is to get you very comfortable, so that when you transition over to the live, you already know how to navigate MT5 effectively. And the demo, to be honest, it really does not take that long once you actually leverage it as soon as you get started. You go ahead for a few days, get comfortable with the demo, and soon enough, you're ready to trade live, right? So some persons that are very new, they jump right in and they end up getting burned. All right. We don't subscribe to that approach. We
Yeah.
really want persons to do the right things first. You get on your training wheels, then you take the training wheels off, from a tricycle to a bicycle. All right.
Yeah, 100%, guys. 100%. I wish at the beginning, like 8 years ago, I knew that there was something called a demo account. Yeah, nobody told me that. I thought I had it to do with real money. I learned all of my lessons with real money in the markets, and I believe they probably three of those blown accounts came in that time. Right? Like three of those blown accounts came in that time because I didn't know what was a lot size. I didn't know any of that jazz, bro. And I was just trying to figure out what is a buy, what is a sell, what does it mean? What does it actually mean? Then I realized when I hit buy, okay, market was going up. Okay, I was making money. Right?
Yeah,
So
but
literally
I
it was
wish
a
that was my story, bro. It really wasn't. Like, I knew that a demo account existed, but I came in hard and sweaty. I have a financial background. I have all these degrees. I worked in this area for a long time. I know what I'm doing. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. So I was like, forget. I don't need a demo. Who needs a demo? Demo for novices.
uh,
I was so wrong, right? Right. So yeah,
yeah,
leverage
bro.
that for a few days, get comfortable, get familiar, then transition to the live.
Correct, correct, correct. So and this is why, I want to emphasize. Actually, let me talk about that afterwards. Let me show you guys how to do the limit orders, all right? So you see the clock. So once we go back to the chart once again, so let's go to Euro USD. So next to the minus sign, there's like a clock. Click on that. All right. So now you will see, right? Click on it again, premium. So now you will see here at the bottom, there is, you see buy limit on the screen, right? If you pull this above where price is, it automatically changes the sell limit, right? So if you pull it up, see it changes over now to a sell limit. Because remember, a sell limit, price has to go higher first, then sell. If you pull it back down, right below price, right, then it is a sell, it is a buy limit at this point, right? You can also tap the actual buy limit button at the bottom, right? And switch it, right? So for example, now this becomes a sell stop, okay? It becomes a sell stop. And if you drag it above price now, it will become a buy stop, right? So you see how it changes over. Okay. So those are your pending orders, right? Remember, those are the orders that you don't want to get into the market as yet. Okay. But in the future, when price reaches a particular price, that's when you want to get into the market, right? So let's say you did a buy limit, all right? So we drag it back down, we tap the button, etc. Let's tap the button as well. All right. Buy limit, all right, let's say you wanted to do a buy limit at this point. Okay. You will put that price there. You will set your stop loss. You will press SL. All right. Stop loss comes up. You drag it down below price, of course. Right. And then you do the same thing with the take profit. Press TP. You put it above, all right there. And you press that arrow and you have set you see the numbers and everything are there, right? You have literally just set that trade. Very simple, guys. Okay. So, I'm really hoping that this helps, especially when you're taking trades and so forth, from the actual signal group and also like when you are on live calls. Because remember, like we're doing this thing in real time. The market is not gonna pause and say, let me wait on you guys. Like the
Yeah.
markets are moving. So you want to make sure you actually learn.
Yeah, here's the great news about a limit. Even if you make a mistake in putting the numbers, you can see the by limit right here on the screen. If I tap on the screen, you see the numbers pop up that we inputted. If one of those numbers were wrong, just like I would have gone through on the previous trade, we can click modify. We can go change that number to what it should be and modify the trade. Because with limits, you usually have a little bit of time. All right. A limit means you're waiting on the market to get to that point. It's like going to wait on the bypass bus. The bus is going to pass at 1 o'clock. All right. So you're at the bus stop at 12:30. You have half an hour, to wait. But sometimes the bus comes early. Sometimes the bus comes late. Sometimes we miss the bus. But, at least generally, I'm waiting for this particular time, for that bus to come on by. And that's generally what a limit is. We're just waiting on the bus.
Yeah, I love it. All right, I like the analogies, bro.
Yeah, no problem, guy.
I like the analogies for sure. So yeah, guys, that's how you place the trade. So here's what I want to mention to you guys here now. Um, take, take definitely some time, to get comfortable with I would say at least your risk and inputting a trade. All right. When I say this, when I say inputting a trade, um, I don't mean like you having to analyze the market and so forth on your own. I mean just get familiar with modifying a trade, closing a trade, and putting numbers and putting stop loss, take profits, and so forth. And most importantly, make sure you understand the risk. Then you can go live in the markets. All right. Like anything else don't matter. All right. If you don't understand the risk, at least understand the risk. Make your losses predictable. Always remember this: 1 to 3% risk per trade. All right. You determine where you stand on that scale. 1 to 3% risk per trade. That is all you need. All right. Anytime you enter the market, you know at max, your max loss is 3%. So with that in mind, I did a risk management call the other day. With that in mind, for you to get into these markets, guys, you have got to have a balance on your account, right? Like, and this is the thing about trading, all right? I know we come into the market, we come into the industry of Forex, we see this for the very first time. And some people like, man, I just want to test it with $50, right? I just want to test it with $100. Guys, listen, let me tell you something here real quick, all right? It's about leverage, all right? Trading, you're not risking all 50 of your account at any given point. You're not risking all 100 of your account at any given point. You're not risking all 1,000 of your account at any given point. Understand the perspective. The more money you have on your trading account, the more you have to leverage, right?
Wow.
Not the more you have to trade, the more you have to leverage. So against my $1,000 that may be sitting on my account, I know that any given point, the risk that I am taking, what is being invested is $30 max. That is it, right? It is $30. And that $30 is giving me the capacity or the potential to earn 30, 60, 90, $120 because or more because I have $1,000 balance to trade against. All right. Now here's the difference. If I say, you know what, I'm gonna put $100 on my account, then I'm only risking $3. I have $3 to trade against that 100. So what happens is I see people get frustrated and they say, man, trading in, it already made much money and that kind of stuff because you got $100 account, right? So then from a trade, right, that spent so much time waiting on, right? You saw your account give you when the trade hit your profit, you saw $6 and you can't get excited.
I only win $6.
I, you mean all of this time, Fabian? Like I sit down here all of this time and I met $6 on that trade, right? Like, guys, listen, your earnings will be a direct reflection of your balance. Okay. Like, don't be
Absolutely.
afraid to deposit money into your trading account because it's not, like I said, it's not like you make the deposit and boom, it's gone. It's there. Like you make a withdrawal, it's
Right
back
there.
into your account 24 to 48 hours. Bam. Right. So if you need it, so it's like you putting money up against, right? And you're leveraging that money to be able to trade, to earn, to multiply that money. Yeah.
Yeah, let me just find that microphone.
All
Keep
right.
on.
You're able to multiply that money, all right, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. All right. Let me know if that makes sense. All right. Because when you switch your perspective, then you stop being fearful. All right. You stop being fearful, and you stop putting this $50 in the account and $100 and $20 and that kind of stuff. You're like, guys, listen, put money in the account because you could take it back out at any given point.
At any given time. Game changer. Here's another thing that I would just add to that as well, okay? Because that is so good. Whatever you're losing, if it's big, you're doing something wrong.
Yep.
If you are losing big, if you have $2,000 on your account and you lost half of it, you're doing
Yeah.
something wrong.
And you
We do
tripping.
not lose big. We do not lose big. We lose small, we break even. We may win small, but we certainly win big. We win big, but we don't lose big because we take proper risk. So anytime you have an account and you are losing more than 3% of that account in any one trade, you already know it's not Run the Play University's fault. It's not the Profit Arena's fault. It's not the training that took place on Monday or Thursday. It's not these signals that are coming out. I take personal responsibility. If I'm losing big, I did something wrong. Once you have that perspective, guys, along with what Kai said about treating this, already as an investment and not a deposit, my goodness, game changer,
Yeah.
game changer.
1,000%, guys. So, with that being said, I think today's call was productive, right? I trust that everybody learned something, so with that in mind, guys, listen, you hear me say it all the time, put money in your trading account, right? And I tell you to put money in your trading account because I know what that feeling is like. You feel like something's like you're wasting time, right? I was on a call, I was on a whole call for an hour and I'm at $6. All right. Granted, with the right perspective, $6 on $100 account, that's 6%. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah. And if you're
that's
following the
fantastic.
trading plan, we'll talk about that. You can see
Yep.
really in 3 months and 6 months. We'll
Yeah,
talk
look
about
out for that, baby. I'm gonna do a training and so forth on the growth plan and so forth as well. Right. So look out for that too. To like really help you guys like put this thing in perspective because a lot of this is more the mindset than the skill set, like the way that you actually see it will determine the way you actually treat it, right? Always remember that your perspective, will equal your performance, right? The way you see a thing determines the way you actually treat it, right? So that's why I want to help you guys with the perspective, of this, like you understand that, like I said, it's you're leveraging money, right? Okay, this is a good question here. Right? You're leveraging money, then your whole perspective actually changes, right? So Harry asked a question, right? Actually, Fabian, you could pull
I
back
can
a
answer, no
message
problem.
trader. Yeah.
Oh, you want me to put up I already logged off
Yeah.
that.
And, and you could so you got if you pull back a message trader, I mean you can answer it too if you want to go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are a couple of ways to protect your profit. There's risk management and there's trade management. And there are a few
Hmm.
ways to do it. Uh, for the most part, let me just say, if you're a beginner, you should be out the market. If the trade has hit TP1 and you are a beginner, you're no starting, you really should be out in the market. We teach people to, really take that TP1 first. But for the persons who may be intermediate and going into advanced, uh, there's something that I call splitting your risk. So if I'm risking 3%, generally I'm going to split my risk in half. So I may have 1.5% going for TP2 and another 1.5% going for TP1. So when the trade goes on to hit TP1, that's already 1.5%, that I would have leveraged. I would have gone on to have a gain. And then, once it hits TP1, I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. Absolutely. So I already have a gain because I had half my risk leverage, in one part. I've gained on that. That automatically would have come out the market. But then the one that remains in the market, I cannot lose. Even if it pulls back to zero and knocks me out at break even, I already gained. I absolutely cannot lose on that trade whatsoever. So generally, TP1 is 30 pips, away from entry, 40 pips away from entry, 50 pips away from entry, depending on the trade. You would have made some gain for sure. Move your stop loss to break even so that no matter what, you cannot lose. That is how you protect your profit for sure.
Yeah. So what that looks like now, guys, is when you go to the trade, and you actually click
Yeah, let's finish.
modify on that trade, then you just change the number, that your stop loss is at and put it to the price that you entered the market at. All right. So think about it. No, it's like literally I'm saying I want to get out of the market where it got in, which means I will neither lose or gain anything at that point. All right. If you put your stop loss at your break-even point, right? That's you protecting your trade. Literally, you have no investment at risk at this point, right? And that's a good place to be in. You have no investment at risk at this point. And then also, right, what you could do, all right, I think I can't remember if you mentioned it, but you could literally take part of your trade off the table, right?
So I'm going to go through
So
those examples right now on the screen. I thought it was
perfect.
out, but I'm still in. So this
Okay,
is a
cool.
gold trade that we were in. So you see one, I'm up $43 on one, $42 on another. Again, just like the example, two positions. So you can see that the risk is the same on both positions, 0.06, 0.06. So if one of these were to go on a hit TP, I can certainly have the other one, I can be out the market and have the other one hit TP too. But what Kai is saying here, I can tap on one of the trades. I'm going to click on close position. Close position. When I tap on close position, it's going to tell me, close with a particular profit. And you can see the numbers moving all the time based on what the market is doing. 37.50, that's where it's at now. $38 is going to fluctuate based on where the market is. I can close some of that position. So my lot size was 0.06. I can come to my lot size. I'm going to cut it in half, 0.03. So I've changed my lot size from 0.06 to 0.03. Boom. So while that was 30 odd dollars up, I just took half off. I'm still in the trade, but I actually secured some money. That's exactly
Yep.
what Kai was just explaining. That's just me doing it in MetaTrader 5 so you can see. I'm still in the trade, but I took half of my money off. I know you can see my lot size is actually saying on the screen 0.03 instead of the 0.06 that it was saying before.
Yeah. So that's how you secure some of your money, guys. All right. You got different ways that you could do it. I highly recommend. I mean, somebody asked me about 0.01 lot, how to secure a part. You can't, unfortunately, right? There's no part of 0.01. Right? You can only do 0.02 and up. So you could cut a 0.02 in half, you could cut 0.03 in half, anything like that. You could, if you want, just take a third off the table, all of that, is absolutely fine. I always believe you could never go broke taking profit.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You could never go broke taking profit. So secure profits, that's the way to do it. Along with breaking even, you could also take your stop loss and actually put it into profit. You could take your stop loss and put it above where you entered, and that will also like secure some of your money. That would actually stop you from, losing, you don't even go break even, you just, earn like whatever it would be in the event that price comes back to that particular point, that you would just earn that particular amount, right? So yeah, guys. Anybody got any other questions before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I see Jackie asking, do you recommend leaving your trades open overnight or closing them out? Again, for me, that is personal preference, but I'm not going to leave a trade open overnight, generally that I have not secured. If I have secured the trade, I may have moved my stop loss to break even. I may have taken partial profits. I may have done any of the number of things that Clay just described. Then I feel very comfortable leaving the trade open overnight. It's already gone away from the entry price, 60, 70, 80 picks up. I've done what I've needed. I can sleep comfortably. But that's just me. Other people, they may leave their trades open overnight, for different reasons. But that's how I prefer to approach it. I don't know what you want to say about that one, Kay.
Yeah, bro. Same. Like I don't want to be sleeping and something crazy happen in the market. And they can't do anything about it because they're sleeping.
Yeah,
Right? So, like,
exactly.
I'm not a fan of it unless like I am like very, very, very confident in the setup.
Yeah.
Then I would leave it. Or like you say, if I have my trade, I break even, I go to sleep. No problem. But otherwise, I am not going to just like just go sleep and leave a trade open and so forth. Like nah, 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 nah. No, please.
And we do intraday trading. What that really means is that we're generally in and out of the market in the same day. Usually. I mean, it doesn't always play out like that. But generally, we want to be in and out of the market in the same day, right?
Move stop loss to break even means set a sell at market price. No, it means to put your stop loss at your entry price. Like where you got in the market, you want to put it at your entry price. If you put it at market price, what's going to happen is going to take you out of the market immediately. Right?
Uh,
So
yeah,
you want to put it at your entry.
yeah. You got it at 24, so you move the stop loss to 24. Got it at 30, move the stop loss to 30. As long as the price is above the entry, of course. Right? All right, Kai.
Yes, sir. So, guys, that is it. All right. I believe we had a great call tonight. Trust you guys got value. Let me know in the chat. Put a 5555555 in the chat if you got value. Right, drop some fives in the chat, man. If you got value, if you learned something, on this session. Perfect, perfect, good. You guys learned something. Perfect, good stuff. All right, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. All right, you can see more Fabian. For sure. All right, look over Fabian in the on the market mastery session as well on Monday. All right, we're gonna have more than two rooms very soon. All right, so with that being said, guys, have a good one. Be blessed. We see you guys on Monday.
Over and
Peace.
out, guys.